Higdon Group, what is up? What's happening? All right. So I don't do a lot of these, but maybe I'll start doing more of them. Yesterday was August 22nd, 2022. So 8/22/22. And the reason I bring the date up is I did an interview with a guy named George Bryant. And, I honestly didn't know what to expect. He seemed like a cool guy, seemed like a connected guy, smart, but I really didn't know what he was really going to get into. And we talked all about the customer journey. And this was one of, if not the most valuable interviews I've ever been a part of. It was so good. And I was interviewing him. And and so we talked all about the customer journey. And one thing that I want us all to be thinking about and quite frankly obsessing over is us becoming obsessed with the customer journey. And so some of the examples that he used, which I would highly recommend, definitely the marketing team, definitely anyone that participates in QSMs, but really I'd love for everyone to watch and listen to it. The first 20 minutes are more his story, which is interesting. I mean, he's got an incredible story. Really the last 40 minutes of the interview is all about customer journey. I took more notes than any interview I've ever done, and got more, ideas and things that we can improve. And so, his observation is that most companies, most marketers, and he's talking because he consulted for Onnit, he consulted for I forget all the different companies he dropped, but he's consulted for physical companies that sell physical products. He's consulted for, more people like us, in the training space and internet space. And so his observation is that most companies, they try to squeeze as much money as possible out of the customer upfront, as much as they can possibly get, have a high average dollar per cart, and then they kind of just hope the customer goes through it. And I've definitely been guilty of that, because that's what everyone else did. And that's, what made sense to me based on what I've been taught. And his point is to just, instead of look for your ideal customers, create your ideal customers, your ideal person. And you do that by really holding their hand. You do that by giving them little steps. And he does it, he talks about it way more eloquently than I am, right now in the interview. But I want us to really become obsessed about the customer journey of when someone opts in for something free. I want to start walking them through how to get an actual result. And if we can do that at the free level, that's, kind of step one, right? And so if we can help someone that comes into a free opt-in, like our 5-day prospecting power up, or our 30 great sales questions, I think is what it's called, or our 29 sources of leads, right? So if we can help them achieve a result and not even have charged them, then they're going to credit us with that result, and they're going to want to buy. The natural inclination is to think, well, dang, they helped me, and I haven't even spent any money. What happens if I spend money? And then, of course, we got to follow that up with, when someone does spend money, are we giving them step-by-step instructions in a manner that they can process, in a manner that they can digest? And so instead of giving them, hey, here's your 50 videos, good luck, which is what most, people do. And it's what, we've been doing a lot of times too. Instead of that, giving them, building in, maybe some automation of, hey, here, day one, here's step one, go do this one thing. And one of the examples he used, which I love, was two people show up at a gym, and person A, you sell them your 12-month membership, 12 months worth of supplements, and say, okay, good luck, buddy, you got this. Well, obviously that's more money up front, right? Person B, you say, okay, go home, drink a bunch of water today, come back tomorrow, 7 a.m., we'll go for a 10-minute walk. And then, the next day it's like, okay, come on back. Today we're going to do some sit-ups. And so who's going to get more results over 12 months? It's, infinitely more likely the person that you're giving step-by-step guidance. And so he used so many different analogies like that, which just makes so much sense. We're relying too much on our customers to figure things out that we could be helping them with. We could be helping them with, hey, welcome. Here's the very first thing you do. Tomorrow I'll look for an email. We're going to tell you the next thing. We could be doing more Q&A. I myself personally, the marketeers, right, the success team. And so I just want us to really be looking for opportunities at every angle of how can we help on the customer journey, whether someone's coming in for free through an opt-in, whether someone's buying Rank Makers or Inner Circle. And so I want us to really become obsessed with that. And to learn more about that, watch the George Bryant interview I did August 22nd. And I appreciate you. But I think there is no trainer out there, from my perspective, that's obsessed with the customer journey. I believe we become that, we will dominate. We will absolutely crush it. I think we already create more testimonials than any other company out there in our space, at least. But I think we could 10x it. I think we get 10x the number of testimonials and stories we create by becoming obsessed with the customer journey. And so thank you for your time. I know this is a little long. I appreciate you.